I don't think Jake Tapper deserves in any way to be rewarded, praised, or to profit off of his new apology tour where he's going around to Megyn Kelly and a bunch of other hosts, and I'm fine with him hosting him. I think it's good to have his speech out there so people know what this guy is. But this idea that he is, has tremendous humility about what he's done is nonsense. Megyn Kelly did a pretty good job of grilling him and asking him tough questions. He said that he had tremendous humility. He also went on to say that Laura Trump saw something I did not see at the time when Laura Trump called out the obviously declining Biden. And he says, I own that. But what does own that mean? I mean, he's still going to take his show. He's still writing a book about, presumably, he's casting himself now as some truth teller, when really he was very much a Democrat hatchet man who was trying to force us into believing that Joe Biden was just fine. He did say that he called her and apologized months ago. That's good. But again, I would say it was known for pretty much a year now. I mean, probably 9, 10 months after Joe Biden dropped out. He could have called her back then, but that would have taken more courage. And even after, by the way, he messed up in the debate and everyone saw what was undeniable, and you could see in so many other clips, he didn't rush out on TV and apologize to her publicly or say all the, all this mea culpa stuff. He expressed some concerns, as many of them did, as they were trying to desperately get Joe Biden out. But the idea that he was at the forefront of anything, or that Jake Tapper, of all people who participated in this cover up, should now be profiting from the cover up he concocted. In part, obviously, he was just one of the cogs in the huge legacy media machine that was trying to drag Joe Biden across the finish line. He goes on to say, let me see. Oh, yeah, he goes on to say, how do you think it makes little kids with stutters feel when they see a comment like that after just playing a clip of Laura Trump saying that Joe can't get the words out? And he's hitting her trying to pretend that Joe Biden can't get the words out because he allegedly had a childhood stutter, which I've seen Joe Biden talking for many years. I've seen the old clips of him in the 70s, 80s, 90s. Never saw him stutter. Now, you can have childhood stutters and grow out of it, absolutely. But the idea that he suddenly, at age 80 or late 70s, redeveloped the childhood stutter, and that presumably she is mocking people who have stutters, or particularly little kids with stutters, is absolutely absurd. And it's the kind of gaslighting guilt trip that I would expect from a dishonest news anchor like Jake Tapper. I understand that Tapper is in some ways shedding light on a phenomenon, the corruption in terms of hiding Joe Biden's mental decline. But on the other hand, he's really not exposing the media because he's still pushing this idea that himself and many others, perhaps most people in the media, were simply unaware that Joe Biden and his team created some elaborate hoax that they just couldn't see through. These gumshoe detectives couldn't figure out that Joe Biden couldn't figure out how to get off stage or remember what world leaders like Margaret Thatcher were alive or dead. It's absolute nonsense. The purpose of this is to rehabilitate the media's image so that they can once again sell you a future lie, and then presumably a few years down the line, expose the lie they sold and say, look how honest we are. I don't buy any of it. Let me know what you guys think down below. I don't think Tapper deserves to be rewarded or praised at all for what he's doing. It's purely self serving and dishonest. See ya.